What's good, YouTube? What do, man? It's your boy Cowboy back at another banger video today. Hey, man, look, we are at pretty much the midway point right now between where we started at and the release day of NBA 2K26. So today we're gonna go over pretty much everything that like matters the most whenever it comes to like everything being released, and everything in that sorts, right? So make sure you like, subscribe, and new first up as well. Appreciate everybody who watched my last video. Appreciate everybody who is watching this one, right? Give me like 10 likes or so. That'll be more than enough for me. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking for anything big, extravagant, anything like that. But we like to hop straight into the videos. You know, y'all know how I am. One of the biggest things that he brought up was, will there still be RNG in shooting? No, there won't be RNG. That was the biggest thing in NBA 2K25. That literally, I feel like, killed the game from day one. When people figured out this, everything they blamed was on RNG. You take RNG out, and then it still gives it a pure green window. And then they also made it so where you can't make whites no more, because that was also, that low risk shooting was also a big thing that was very irritating whenever it came to NBA 2K25. So on the different qualities of the shot, will give you instant greens. We don't know what that means yet, but hey, we'll figure that out as the game goes on, right? Because right now it just sucks. Like, you can't get out and break, and different people talking about why they took this out of the game. I definitely remember back in, what was that, 22, 23, whenever they very first took this out. Like, the reason why they took it out is a lot of people was complaining people get out on the break if they don't see a green, right? Which, I mean, make the shot and then get out and break, because they still get out in the break whether you make the shot or not, especially with RNG last year, right? It says that there are changes to the contest system where they rebalance the effectiveness of hands up, no jump contest, and jumping contest. So the people who like to sit there, hand down, man down, pull the ball, you should be able to prosper in this game, but we'll see. Of course, it depends on how the gameplay actually is, because, you know, we don't know like how it's going to be. On NBA 2K26, you can't spam escape moves how they used to do it with Trae Young or Darius Garland. They used to just spam inside the side to get a crab. Doing that too many times in a short amount of time will drain a bar. It says there is no high risk, low risk reward, and then layup timing has also been removed. Like, as you have to time your layups now. It says, how do height and attribute restrictions work for the custom layups? They'll work similar to 2K25 for the new custom layup packages. So if you qualify for a specific layup package in NBA 2K25, you'd qualify for that. And players' individual normal, reverse, scoop, floater, and Euro hop step packages. Since free throws are green and miss on NBA 2K26, we'll be adding pull the chair back into NBA 2K26. Due to the complaints, I mean, I don't understand why I was ever taken out in the first place. Post score shouldn't be able to be that effective. So I definitely like that they put this back in. You will still get the same boost that you'll get for turning the shot meter off. And it also works for layup meters as well. There's definitely a boost that says for turning the shot meter off. It'll slightly increase the size of the green window on both shots and layups. I assume free throws as well. One of the biggest changes in NBA 2K26, it says, are there any changes to pluck steals and lane steals? On-ball steal, targeting, and steal animations have been improved to reward defenders who position themselves well and anticipate the dribbler's moves. The canned animation pluck steals have been almost entirely disabled. Pass interceptions have been tuned down. They said tuned a bit, not tuned down. Tuned a bit, but are as similar in effectiveness to NBA 2K25. So the locks out there who sit there and spam square, who's trying to get an on-ball steal, you have to more so get like a bump steal, which I mean is more so realistic. You getting stuck as a dribbler into a animation is stupid whenever you have something in the game now that is called a quick protect. So you, in a sense, was doing a quick protect on all the other 2Ks where you snatch the ball back to the other side, but then they'll snatch the ball back to the side where they reach from to give you that canned animation plug steal, right? There will be now no dip catch and shoots now in NBA 2K26. D'Angelo Russell is very good about doing that whenever he was on the Lakers. Catch the ball at the top of his shot already and just pull it. You would hold L2. That's how you would get the activation for it. And then you just catch and shoot like regular. It says the shot timings for it will not change from a regular catch and shoot opposed to no dip. So now double tapping circle or B on Xbox is now a wrap pass, right? So to do flashy passes, they're still in the game and they have been moved to X and circle, or A and B on Xbox. that used to be the self alley-oops, but now they have moved that to square triangle on PS5 or X and Y on Xbox. I don't understand why. That's a very different logic, because you gotta think about how people play the game. You have to like position your hand and turn it completely, your thumb completely, because I press down my thumb. I don't play claw, especially when I play on 2K. I'm not playing claw. So for me to press X and square and triangle, it'd be a lot harder for me to press that instead of me just pressing X and circle, because I can press down with my thumb easily, but I gotta kind of turn my whole hand, press it down, if you get what I'm saying. They probably should have made it just X and square instead of square and triangle, but it is what it is. NBA 2K26 will have early access available from 9 a.m. Pacific time on August 29th, which is 10 o'clock Mountain Time, 11 o'clock Central Time, and 12 o'clock noon Eastern Time, right? And you can only get it if you pre-order the Superstar Edition or the Leave No Doubt Edition. The Superstar Edition is definitely the better way to go, and then buy VC on top of that. And we broke that down in a separate video as well. So somebody asks, how fast is the game speed compared to previous titles? Mike Wang says it is 10% faster, right? So you're definitely gonna be a little bit faster whenever it comes to NBA 2K26 compared to 2K25 and previous titles, right? I'm gonna no look stuff at the builder on NBA 2K26. They have community builds coming out on season 2. So everybody who makes their builds in the beginning, of course, you can't have community builds before the community builds a build, right? So this is how it's gonna look. ISO Sniper. This is like your edit build, test build screen that you get before you go into making your actual player itself. It gives you different strengths and weaknesses and tell you your top attributes and your go-to badges. This player is an ISO Sniper. He resembles Steph Curry, Trae Young, and Steve Nash. And so he's going to be more of like a 3-point threat. He probably has, some layup. He has pretty decent mid-range, pretty decent ball handle. And then this is the first look at Kyrie Irving on the build. He's a 93 driving lay, 96 midi, 89 3. And if you didn't realize, they made him 6'1" instead of his actual 6'2" frame, because 6'2s have been nerfed in NBA 2K26. And then different builds have been buffed, right? So your 6'1s have been buffed a little bit. Your 6'3s, your 6'6s, your 6'7s, 6'8s have all been buffed whenever it comes to NBA 2K26. You also have to realize that on your speed with ball stat, your speed with ball cannot be higher than your speed. Every single build you look at to this point, it has the same speed with ball or more speed than speed with ball, right? I've never seen a build as to date with a higher speed with ball than your speed. We have a new screen that gives you your different playmaking moves, your animation, stuff like that. While you're in the builder, instead of you having to go test the build and figure it out that way, you can figure it out straight from the builder. You don't have to go test the build. And it's the same way with dunks and scoring moves, all that stuff, all your breakdown combo, everything in that will all be on this page. And of course, you got your hold square to reset and everything like that. One of the biggest things that Mike Wang has posted, somebody asked him, please let me equip this animation and be able to do it on command, right? So this here is Jason Williams Euro package. You have to have a 75 driving lay to get it. It's like, the Rajon Rondo, fake pass, fake behind the back pass into the layup. Somebody asked Mike Wang, can we start making a height cap less than 6'6"? And what Mike Wang said was going to loosen the height restriction for Jason Williams layup package and several others to under 6'10". And we'll also do the same for many dribble sigs previously limited to small guards only, right? So this now allows it to where, of course, we don't know exactly which ones are available to the 6'6s, but we will see, right? And that is the biggest thing about it, is we will see. Rhythm shooting had a 70% advantage on NBA 2K26 whenever it came to shooting compared to butting, right? On top of the fact that you had RNG you had a battle with, I definitely feel as though Mike Wang says with the enhanced rhythm shooting, you are now only greening your timing, right? You just have to green the tempo, the speed that you move the right stick down into the down and up, right? It says excellent timing just makes the tempo easier to green. Don't know how this sounds yet, but we'll see. Like if it's just like timing the tempo, you don't necessarily have to look at the excellent timing. But I wonder if they're gonna make it more smooth, right? So where catch and shoots and everything are more smooth. On this 6'1" Steph Curry build from NBA 2K26 compared to his 2K25 counterpart, you can see that you have 86 speed. You have one more speed on NBA 2K26. than NBA 2K25. You also have 3 more agility, with NBA 2K25 having a 85 speed, 78 agility, and NBA 2K26 having a 86 speed and 81 agility. On the same 6'1", 185, 6'2" wingspan that this build has as well. I have build specialization, which gives you 9 tiers that you have to complete to get the ultimate reward of a badge max +2, right? And so here's everything we know on that. It says you can only have 1 specialization on each save. Quest completion can transfer between saves. So say you select the shooting path on save 1, complete all 9 quests, and earn the rewards. You can then create a new save and select shooting again to use all the rewards you've already earned on the new save, including your cap breakers and your max +1s, max +2s, right? And so say this is the same if you're on 5. You don't have to finish it all the way through. Say you finish 5, now you'll start on number 6. Say you're midway through 5. On number 6, it'll keep going. It says cap breakers earned via build specialization must be applied within the attribute category you specialize in or applied to a physical attribute. Quests meant to be a grind and let you improve your MyPlayer over time. There are cool and impactful rewards. You can progress offline and online in MyCareer towards the quest. And for the quest, everything is very simple, it's very low. For finishing, you'll need a 60 drive lay and a 60 drive and dunk, or you'll need a 60 close shot, you'll need a 60 drive and lay and a 60 drive and dunk, or you'll need a 60 close shot and a 60 stand and dunk. For your shooting, you'll need a 60 mid-range and a 60 three-pointer. For your playmaker, you'll need a 60 pass accuracy or a 60 ball handle. For your defense, you'll need a 60 perimeter and 60 steal, or an interior defense of a 60 and a 60 block. And then for rebounding, you need a 60 O board or a 60 D board. NBA 2K26 has added the momentum cross back into NBA 2K26, as we see here from a tweet from Baluba. It says you can momentum cross by flicking up, and it shows that it's back in the game. And then Igimo asks, is it any dribble style, is it restricted? There are 3 tiers. Tier 1 is 85 and above. Tier 2 is between 60 and 84, and tier 3 is anything less than 60. We also have misdirection behind the backs, crosses, tweens, hezzies, all in the game by standing behind the back, cross, tween, or hezzy respectively, and then going in the other direction. Right. We also have walkbacks back in the game whenever it comes to NBA 2K26, similar to how it was on NBA 2K19. It gives you the nice retreat, size up, and it'll be the same exact moves that it will be in NBA 2K19. This here has been addressed whenever an animation comes and you cross over to the other side and somebody stuns and stops you, and it really hinders how you get to the goal, because he's behind him now, and it didn't allow him to go anymore. MyCareer says this has been addressed. Now have custom takeovers on NBA 2K26, which was not in 2K25, but you can boost any non-physical attribute via the custom takeover, regardless of your current rating for that attribute. Those custom takeovers, you will be able to have 4 of them to edit and choose from, and you can switch between games. With you being able to shoot on real player percentage, people might do that whenever it comes to shooting build specialization in the single player modes of MyCareer. The WNBA players will now be able to be on the My Team court with NBA players, where they can innovate the game. Cap breakers have been revamped whenever it comes to NBA 2K26, where you can have up to a +15 for your lower attribute stuff. But remember, it's all weighted. So even though you have an attribute like 3-point that's a low one, you can only get +1 on it. Anyway, man, that sums up all the stuff that comes with NBA 2K26, man. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. It's me, boy, Cowboy Terrell. I'm out, bro.